Around here, we don't do the right thing because we have to.
Dad!
We do the right thing because we want to.
Thank you so much.
Our Bella, here for New England, here for good.
Footwork, I know we've talked a lot about. Footwork, where are my eyes, all that stuff, and obviously also just kind of like having fun too. That's what I think of, because when I'm at my best, I'm having fun, enjoying everybody. That's one of the good things that I can do is communicate, and I need to do a better job of that. And we're out there playing a game that we love. Right now it's not looking too good, but we got to flip the switch, right, and start over and figure out ways to go out there and have fun and sling the ball around, and guys go make plays and then celebrate with each other too. Like, we work so hard. It's been such a theme that, you know, we haven't really scored a lot of points, but when we do, we got to go out there and celebrate and enjoy it.
Mac, both your head coach and offensive coordinator have reaffirmed their faith in you as this team's starting quarterback. What does that mean to you, and how do you take that going forward?
Yeah, I appreciate that. I think a lot of that is really good, and a lot of things I need to improve as a quarterback. So that's what I think of. What can I do better? You know, what are the actual issues instead of just like throwing stuff up in the air? Let's look at the tape, you know, like the plays in the game, 11 on 11, and really see what's going on. That's the important part to me, because you can always try and problem solve that way, but when you're kind of just chasing different things and narratives and things like that, it's hard, right? But when you sit in the room together and look at the tape, there's a lot of things that you can be like, okay, I'm going to do this, or I'm going to try and, you know, do this drop on this play or read it this way or whatever. So it's all about trial and error, but at the same time, you want it to be really good on game days, and that's where, you know, I've been disappointed with myself because it hasn't been great on game day. So why hasn't it? And that's something that I've focused on.
Bill and all of your teammates have.
Sorry. Rock, paper, scissors. She's actually really mad at you.
You mentioned some of the issues, and I know your primary focus on the Raiders this week.
Yeah.
But, 2021, you had a very solid statistical season as a rookie, and then there's been some issues since then. What do you point at as the cause for some of those issues since 2021?
Yeah, I try not to look back and look back that far, but at the same time, I really look at the positive things and what have I done well as a quarterback, you know, in college, here, or whatever, and I haven't been consistent enough, so really focus on the positives. Like, all right, I get the ball out on time, you know, my feet and my eyes are in the right spot, usually it's pretty good. So that's something that I'm trying to focus on, and then like I just talked about, my ability to communicate with the younger guys on the team. Like, I'm not necessarily a younger guy anymore, it's my third year, and I got to start playing like that and communicating like that, so that's important to me, you know, whether it's route depths or, hey, you know, Pop, this is what I want you to do here, or whatever. And it's all about communication and, you know, taking it both ways, from the coaches to the players, players to the coaches. And that's something that I'm going to focus on this week, and I already have. And that's one of the things that I've done really well in the past.
Bill and all of your teammates have all commented about how mentally tough you are. How do you go about overcoming any feelings of self-doubt?
Yeah, that's definitely a real thing, right, when you're not playing too well. And but at the same time, like I said, there's a lot of things I can do really well. And one of those things is my ability to communicate and be myself. And I haven't done that here at times. And I just need to be consistent with that and be Mac. And a lot of the guys I have a great relationship with, and they're some of my closest friends, you know, not only on the field but off the field. So let's carry that into the games. You know, I feel like we do it in practice. You know, obviously you guys saw that in training camp. Like, we were out there having fun. And then the game comes around and we're kind of like, you know, I don't know what it is. You know, it's just I want to go out there and have fun and do our jobs and celebrate with each other. And, you know, when somebody gets knocked down, pick them back up and all that stuff. So trying to change the narrative there and really just play football together.
It's been frustrating, Mac, from the sense of you're like a guy that whenever you face adversity, you just dig up, you know, roll up your sleeves and work harder. Mm-hmm. It's been frustrating where it seems like you're putting in all that extra work and everything else, and the results just aren't there yet.
Yeah, that's what I always think about is why aren't they there, you know, and keep grinding away. It might take a little bit of time, but keep grinding, and it might not happen the next day or whatever. You know, you work really hard. You guys work really hard at your jobs. You know, it might take a year or so to get, you know, where you want to be, but that's something that's hard, right? Because it's like, I really want it to be good right now. So just continuing on the process is kind of my biggest thing. And then, like I talked about earlier, communicating with the guys, whoever's in there, whatever, however I can help win and have good plays on the field, I'm gonna try and do.
Matt, how do you avoid getting too tight or playing too tight, trying to avoid making the turnover?
Yeah, I think just playing free and kind of going through, I call it my pre-snap checklist, and I try to do that every play and just stay consistent with that. And then once the ball is snapped, you just got to go out there and play. And when I've done that, it's been a lot better than when I haven't. So definitely want to focus on that. And I've talked about, doing my job a lot and what's my read and all that stuff, and that's really good. But at the same time, you have to play free. You can't be locked in on one guy or whatnot, whatever the situation is. And it takes all 11 guys, and that's something that I need to improve on for sure.
Mac, it's been an odd couple of weeks, right? Holding back-to-back games.
Yeah.
Hard to imagine getting pulled in the third game. Is there, and still maintaining your role as the quarterback of the team, is there more pressure on you this week, knowing this is what the last 2 weeks have looked like, and if it goes that way again?
I always talk about how really each week is a new week, and I know it's tough to say that when they kind of looked very similar, but it is. It's a new week, and we didn't play our best. I didn't play my best in the last game, and we've moved on. And now it's, all right, we got a really good opponent in the Raiders, and I'm going to focus on, like I talked about, communicating with the guys, having fun, and then doing my part as the quarterback and communicating on the sidelines and all that stuff. So that'll really help. I know it will. It's been proven to do that. And I think that's what I'll focus on, and not really focus on the results, because the results will come. You got to stick with the process and the communication.
You've been speaking a lot about energy and joy. You seem to be speaking with more energy and joy in the last 5-10 minutes. Where has that come from in the last 48 hours or so?
Really just thinking about a lot of things and talking with, the guys in the locker room, or guys like Hunter or whoever, guys who have played a lot of football in this league. And, one of the best things that I do is my ability to communicate. So somebody told me that in the locker room, and I really took that to heart. So that's really good information for me, and that's who I am. So I need to do a better job of that, and I haven't done that here the past couple of years.
You mentioned Hunter. Is someone who just come up here, every week and just talk about how he's always going to be riding with you and all that? What's it like to have his support throughout this whole time?
Who did you say? Sorry.
Hunter.
Oh yeah, Hunter, Hunt Dog. That's my guy. But he's awesome. Like I said, he's played a lot of football. He's one of my closest friends off the field, and I want to get him the ball as much as I can and let him make plays, and same with all the other guys. So I really appreciate that, and I got to do my part and make sure that I can put him in a position to make the plays.
Obviously, you'll see Jacoby again this weekend.
Yeah.
How important was he to you during his time here, and were you disappointed he found out he wouldn't be for signing?
Yeah, Jacoby's awesome. I just remember when I first came in, everybody talking about him, and finally got a chance to work with him, and he was great. Did a lot of things really well, and still keeps in contact with me and all that stuff. So definitely have a lot of love for him, and he's the man, a great guy off the field. But really just looking forward to seeing him play. He's done a great job on film. All right, thanks. See ya.